Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you so much. You're so welcome to be in my space. And if you are a supporter and you follow me, thank you for your support. I appreciate you so very much. And today I'm going to be doing a tag. It is a VR to my friend Jack over at Jack Greenwood Tarot. He's come up with a great tag that I think we may all need to hear. I saw it and I thought, I'm glad he asked those questions because I need to know that too. So maybe if we all share and put our brains together, we can help each other out. So this is about rest and relaxation. And I too have been in some sort of not a tarot slump, but I can't slow my brain down, which I have PTSD anyway, and it's really hard, but slowing my brain down is really hard. And I literally just came back from a few days of vacation, and I'm been in a tears ever since I got back. So I need to figure out how to calm the mind. I have some ways that I do that seem to help, but some other ways would be great as well. So anyway, we'll just jump right into it. I'll stop rambling. So what do you do to relax? And it says answer off the top of your head, and then we're going to draw a card. And what do I do to relax? I'm a certified yoga instructor, so to relax, I used to do the really intense yoga, and I came to the conclusion that was not beneficial to me mind-wise. It was beneficial to me body-wise, but not so much mind-wise. So I had to kind of combine the two, and now I'm more about the spiritual aspect of it and the mind. So I would say I do yin yoga, I do restorative yoga, I do somatic yoga, I do sometimes I just stretch, and sometimes I will just do poses. And also to relax, I do love to go walking on walking trails. I like to hike, but sometimes that's not as relaxing because feel like that I have to hurry to get to the top and get back before it gets dark, and so I'm kind of not in that relaxed mind frame. So just doing walking trails so I can take my time and just notice all the beautiful nature and listen to the birds and all that cool stuff. Also, I do like to meditate. That's very helpful to relax, and doing things just like to relax. Honestly, just like if I will just go get 3 or 4 decks of cards that I haven't edged, and I will just go in the zone, and like I'm just edging cards, being very careful and doing that, and that's very relaxing for me. Also, I'll shout out to Hermit's Cave on Facebook. I like to, that's helped me so much. It relaxes my mind when he pulls the card for the week, and I'm going through all my cards, trying to find this one specific card that Simon has pulled, to showcase, and that gives me something to do, and it gives me focus, and I enjoy doing it. And I also love to see other people's cards, of course, because I just do. That's our thing, I think, in the tarot community, is just looking at other people's cards. This is going to be a long video because I tend to ramble when I'm a little anxious. So Now it says, pull a card for yourself to answer the question, what can I do to relax more? And then I will pull a card for the collective, which would be you, on how you can relax more. And I think I'm going to use, how can I relax more? I feel like I'm going to use the Flow Tarot. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm going rogue here. The beautiful Flow Tarot. So, how can I relax more? And I'm feeling the energy with that one. So, let's see what we have. And I'm going to have to put on my readers because, you know, I'm crone now. I've moved into my crone era, which I'm very proud of. The 5 of Waves. 5 of Wands flow around adversity. So I don't know if you guys can see it good for the light. I hope you can. Anyway, there is a couple sharks going through so many schools of fish. And what I'm seeing is to flow around the adversity. So I would take this, for me to relax more is to stay in my lane. Don't get involved. Try to stay away from the sharks. Anything I know that's going to cause me any kind of drama or chaos, which is very hard in the life I live to stay away from that, given circumstances. But that is what I need to do to relax more, is to not partake, to stay away. Just stay away from it if I possibly can. I need to be one of these little fish swimming in my own and just trying to stay away and hoping they don't see me. That's the way that I see it, and that's the way that I totally feel. And I think that's a great card. These cards are beautiful, by the way. Okay, now the next one is, how can you relax as the collective? This is timeless general message whenever you see it, I guess. How can you relax more? So, knock my energy off. And I usually go until I feel I need to stop, and I'm right there. Okay, so let me put on my big old readers. And how can you relax more? The 9 of Wands. Safe harbor. Stay in your safe space to relax more. Get in a safe space. Whatever you consider a safe harbor, that is how you relax. If your safe harbor is, I don't know, it could be, if you're in the city, it could be in a cafe, in a coffee cafe, where you can just zone out on your laptop, or just chill drinking your cappuccino or your black coffee. But and if you live in a place where you can walk by the ocean, maybe that's a safe harbor. Yeah, fine. If it's the forest, if it's the woods, if it's a path, anywhere you live where you feel is a safe harbor, where where you have that safe space, you're a safe space where you feel safe. Go there more, and that can help you to relax. Okay. So, how do you find peace? Answer off the top of your head. How do I find peace? I find peace when I can learn to live in the moment and not try to, what am I trying to say? When I'm not trying to react to all the chaos and things that are going on around me, but to learn how to be at peace in this, I don't know, kind of like, I would say kind of like a tornado, kind of like that's how my life feels sometimes. It's very chaotic. So finding the eye of the storm where everything is swirling around me, but just finding that inner peace at that time and just taking a moment and not reacting. That is how I find my peace. I have to just kind of, will talk myself down or talk myself to the place to where I am a spiritual being having a human experience. I'm doing the best that I can do, but just to get in that still storm, in the eye of the storm, and just be still. Um, that is how I find peace. And also I find peace in little things. I have a special needs granddaughter that I'm totally in love with. She's my soulmate. Oh my God, how I love her. Her laughter can make it is, if I could imagine angels singing, that would be her laughter. Or anything happy, any way that you want to look at it, like angels singing, just to hear her laugh, because sometimes she's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of pain and a lot of suffering and a lot of things going on a lot. So when she laughs, that is the most peace that I have ever experienced in my entire life. So that's where I find peace, and I like to spend as much time with her as possible. So now pull a card for yourself and ask, how can I bring more peace into my life? And I think, how can I bring more peace into my life? I'm going to use this nature-based Beyond the Garden Gate tarot. How can I bring more peace? How can I bring more peace? Let me put my glasses on so I can see. Just on and off all day. How can I bring more peace into my life? Woo-hoo! And I'm going to go with this one, because it just kind of landed right in front. How can I find more peace? And we have the 10 of Pentacles. And I think this is an absolutely stunning piece of art. And to me, this is family. How can I find more peace? There is light around the trees, if you can see. Kind of, they're all connected. All the trees are kind of connected there. The light's there. So how I can find more peace is with my family's very small, but we absolutely support each other 100%. There's a lot of support with my little family. We have each other's back, and that does bring me peace, knowing that, and I have extended family as well that's not blood family, but knowing, like when I was on vacation, for example, that I wasn't going to be able to see my granddaughter, because there's just no way that with her disabilities that she would be able to go. But me knowing that I have somebody, that some support here, that is going to take extremely good care of her. I'm going to get pictures. I'm going to get phone calls. I'm going to get videos, and then that gives me peace. So family, extended family gives me peace. 1000%. Love them. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, pull a card for the collective and ask the same thing. How can you find peace? How can the collective find peace? And I'm going to turn this one over. How can the collective find peace? I'm not sure if I did that or not. I feel like I want to stop there. So, that's the same one that was turned over. Okay. But we have the Five of Pentacles. So how can the collective find peace? I think to have peace, the way that I would answer this question with this card, the way that you could have peace is to find peace in the smaller things. You may be going through a hard time. You may not have a lot of money right now, like most of us. You may be really struggling. You may feel isolated. And I feel like the way that you could find peace is to try to find it in, if it's even the smallest thing. Sometimes I can find peace by walking and just listening to the birds, or if I'm having to go to the grocery store and I see a little kid in a buggy, it's kind of doing that. Appreciate the small things. You may not notice them, but try to notice. When I feel like I'm in this position, which I'm in a lot, I do try to find peace in the small things, because sometimes it's hard with the big picture looking like this. You have to find it in the smaller things. Yeah, you probably can't see it, but there is a little tiny cottage back here. So it may be a ways off. It may be a piece off, but it's there. So I would say find peace in the small things. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That was a tough card, but reality though, and I love reality in cards. I like being so for real with things. How do you re-energize? Answer off the top of your head. How do I re-energize? How do I re-energize? How do I re-energize? I probably should have read the questions before. I just wrote them down and started off. How do I re-energize? I re-energize by, I usually do, I don't know if anybody else partakes in the rituals or stuff, but I re-energize by doing some sort of a ritual. Sometimes I re-energize by doing a full moon ritual where or you could do it anytime. It don't have to be a full moon. I usually re-energize by lighting candles at night, and if I'm wanting to release something, something that's bothering me, and it is scientifically proven that if you have a lot of stuff built up and you don't want to really say it to anybody, if you can get it out on paper, and it's better that if you write it down than to vent at somebody. Therapy is really good, but it's also very good to write it down, and that way you're just more uh, uh, more primal, more true to what you're writing than what you would actually say to somebody else. So just get it all out, just write it all down, and then that way you've kind of released it, and you've got it, it came out. I'm not saying you're not going to think about it again, but for that moment of that hurt or anger or frustration or stress or anxiety, you've written it down. And then what I will usually do is I make a whole thing of it. I will light my candles. I'll have a little burn cauldron. I'll write it down. I'll fold it away from me because I want it to go away. And, I'll do some sort of, I'll write my own incantation about releasing it, and then I will burn it. And then I usually will put water on it and dispose of it after it's burned completely down, and it's just ashes, so it can't hurt the earth. Just go bury it somewhere. So yeah, that's how I re-energize. Or another way, if I want to re-energize, is I will take the same thing, except for I'm trying to pull in something good. I'm trying to pull in some good energy. I'm trying to manifest something. So that way I'll create this thing that I want, and do it the same way, except for I will fold it toward me, do an incantation, and burn it and send it out to the universe in the smoke. And the same way, or I will do, I like to do arts and crafts. I like to do collages. Sometimes I'll do that to re-energize and bring myself back to my goals of where I want to be on my life's journey, my life path, my North Star, where I want to go. That's what I'll do. So to re-energize, to, get my shit together, get back on my path of what my goal is. I've got to use my soul deck, my slow tarot. What can help me re-energize? Put my specs back on. My big old readers. How can I re-energize? I'm feeling this one. So how can I re-energize? And I got the Magician, which I was just talking about, manifesting and like creating to get that back. To like do that ritual, make that board, write that down, make a vision board, do a collage of what my goal is, my life path journey. Yeah. So we see there she has all her elements. She's bringing down the power there. As above, so below. She's bring it, manifest. And you always have to do, like, it's not going to fall in your lap. I've never believed that. I always think that you have to put action with you can do a spell, but you have to put action with your words, and make it happen. I think the cards just help you to figure out how to go about that, kind of like we're doing now. So yeah, put it into action, what you actually want to do, what you just created, what I just created. It's telling me what I just created. Put it into action. I have the potential to do it. So I have the things to do it with. So just get on it. And it's never easy. So now I'm going to pull the card for the collective. So how can the collective re-energize? On this one, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I fan them out. I don't have a lot of space here to fan. So how can the collective, the Tower, how can you re-energize? So we have the House of Cards that's totally falling. So I would say to re-energize here with this Tower is to let the chips fall where they may. I feel like that this is probably a huge buildup. It's probably something that wasn't built on a solid foundation. Whatever it is that you need to be re-energized from, just let the havoc break loose. Let the chips fall where they may. Let the cards fall. And there's going to be probably people in your life, like this little black cat that's just sitting there. I love this about this deck. Just totally unbothered. Just totally unbothered about this. So just let them fall, because you're going to rebuild. After the Tower, you have to start over because there's nothing left. So to re-energize, let it fall and start again. If it's something that you're working on that is not going well and it's collapsed, to start again. If you're working on something and you know that it's not going to work, you're pretty sure it's not going to work, he'll let it go, let it fall, let it bust all to pieces, because sometimes in life you just got to say, this isn't working, screw it, let it fall. So that is that. That is what I have for that. And for my next, let's see what my next one is. This is going to be so long. What is the deck that brings you serenity? Show some cards from the deck that makes you feel peaceful. Would be the Flow Tarot. I think this is the most serene deck that I have. Look at that, the Lovers. Isn't that amazing? High Priestess. Wow. Seven of Clouds. The Clouds is Cups. Gorgeous. The Tower, the looming storm. Judgment, the deep unknown. So beautiful. Look at the Hanged Man. Strength, the quiet power. I always love to see strength as quiet, because to me, to be quiet, it shows a lot of courage and shows a lot of strength. So I love that too. The Nine of Clouds. Look at the Emperor. That is definitely given Emperor there. Page of Clouds, Rise Above. Yeah. The Ace of Waves. It would be Hour of Wands. The Eight of Wands, Carved by Time. That would be our pentacles. And you know, that would take a mastery to make such beauty. Hierophant, the channel. Five of Wands, which would be our pentacles. Scarcity. I really love this one. The wheel, the cycle of regeneration, where the volcano is pouring into the ocean. It makes perfect sense. The 10 of snow, perspective. Queen of clouds, compassion, beautiful. I do think this deck is serene. Wow. There we have our rainbow for the 10. The 8 of waves, synchronicity, which would be wands. Anyway, I love this deck. The most serene deck that I have. I love everything about it. I think it is still available on Etsy. Dive deeper, 3 of wands. Love it. Anyway, when I do this, I just want to show them all and talk about them. So I'm not. The 6 of wands. Oh my God, one of my favorites. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. If you want to see a walkthrough, let me know. The moon. Oh. I just left a place that looked at that beautiful. Okay. That's my most serene deck that I think that I have. Do you ever need a break from tarot? Answer off the top of your head. Then pull a card. Do I ever need a break from tarot? No. I really don't feel like I do. I keep tarot with me at all times. I've got 2 decks that I keep in the car. I have a deck that I carry with me, a little pocket tin. I switch them around sometimes, but I mean, I've been sitting in the parking lot at the hospital. I've been sitting in the hospital. I have to do a lot of hospital trips and stays sometimes. So I have them there with me. I want them there not to predict anything, but to help me get through everything that's going on. Like how can I handle this better? What is my advice for this situation? And that is what I use them for. And I have pulled them out just like sitting in the grocery store, parking lot before I go in. I'd be like, because sometimes I get anxiety even doing that. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And I'll be like, okay, what is a good way for me to just shine today as I walk through the grocery store? How can I be a better people person? So yeah, kind of like that. But yeah, no, I don't need a break from the tarot. I've heard people say that, and I just don't feel like that's something that I need a break from. I'm going to use the Star Seeker because I really, really dig this deck. What if I took a break from tarot? What would I do? Is there something that would benefit me? What would I do? I think I'm going to fan this time. I love the feel of these cards. Okay. So let me put on my on off. Oh, the 3 of Swords. I have a good cry if I took a break from tarot. We have a big bottle of tea, big puddle of tears here, and the hands with the 3 swords and the eye crying from the top. So maybe work on, if I took a break from tarot, maybe work on something else creative that would help to mend my grieving heart, or my broken heart. Maybe I need a good, a really good cry. I'm not much of a crier. Sometimes I feel like I'm all cried out. Maybe I need a good cleansing. Maybe I need a good cry. But that's what I have. Okay. What should you do if you take a break from tarot? What should you do? What should you do? All right. What should you do if you took a break from tarot? I have 2 cards. I know these cards stick together. Okay. This is the one. I would say if you take a break from tarot, to take a minute to just pause and catch your breath. I also don't feel like that you should do it for long. I feel like this is a short term, just to take a little break and pause and take a breath and just take a minute. Maybe you just need a minute. I don't feel like it's for long. I think it's for a minute to take a minute to regroup, I would say. And that is what I have for you for that. The best thing to boost my energy is to be active. I always feel better. Sometimes I don't want to do it, and I'll make myself do it. I always feel better when I do my yoga, do my walking, go on a mild hiking trip. I think to make plans, to reboost my energy. If I can see something, I need something in my hand. That's why I printed out the prompts. I need something in my hand so I can hold and see. Write down your goals that you want to do to re-energize, so you put it on paper and you can see it. So that's why I like journaling so much too. So, and I would also say to re-energize, to boost your energy. Yeah, I love yoga, so I'm gonna just keep pushing yoga. It actually helped me through a really hard time in my life. I had been doing it for years, but just going to classes and mostly just doing it for the physical aspects. And with my PTSD, I went and got a 500-hour through Yoga Alliance, registered instructor for PTSD specifically, but also that is a huge re-energizer for me. That is a huge boost. It also helps calm my nerves. It's good for anxiety. It's good for PTSD. I can't say enough good things about it. I mean, like, if you can do chair yoga. There is chair yoga. There is, you don't have to be very flexible or have this or do these crazy poses to be yoga. I like the gentle yoga. I like the bhakti yoga. It's very spiritual, and that is a huge help for me too, is the bhakti yoga. I do the mantras. I do the hand things. I love all that. Just like, I don't know I'll show you, for example, if you say, well, I can't do yoga. Like this is just yoga. Like you could just pull your hands up and brace them together like this and put them over your head, and you're sitting in the chair. And then this stretch over to the right. And then come back to the middle. And then stretch over to the left. And then come back in the middle. And and then you could flip your hands up the other way for that, where they're like this and come down. But you can do an entire yoga practice just as sitting in your chair. An arm stretch, like you just hook this arm and pull this, and then do the other one. I mean, there's so much in. Shoulder rolls, and then the other way. I mean, to me, that's very, I put the spiritual aspect into it. I will do the meditation. I'll do like a 5-minute meditation before, sending like love and gratitude into the universe or to a specific person. I will honor them in my practice. And yeah, that's what I do. Do you have any other advice for people to boost their energy? Give a parting message for the collective using an oracle deck and a tarot deck. Let's use okay, a message for the collective. This is your parting message. And I'm going to say it's from the universe, your higher self, your spirit guides. However you want to receive it is up to you. A parting message for the collective. And I am going to use this one, and I'm going to lay it there. And I'm going to use, also, I don't know if these go together because I'm winging it today. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, this is the Wayfinder Oracle. This is the one I got for a deal that's still on Etsy. If you'll look on my page, you can see what an amazing deal that was. Okay, message for the collective. Parting message for the collective. What does the collective need to know on this subject about rest, relaxation, energizing, how to get out of a slump, all that good stuff. Okay, let's see what we have here together. This can be a message from me too. Okay. Oh, we have the Hanged Man. So I feel like he is in sort of a yoga pose. He is in a meditative state. Namaste. He's got the glow aura around his head. He's being enlightened. So I would say seeing things from a different perspective. Trying to see things from a different perspective to re-energize and to come out of your slump. Also to relax. This is a very relaxed looking Hanged Man. He's not struggling at all. It looks like he's kind of enjoying it actually. His whole body is lit up in this bright yellow aura. And also very grounded there with the tree of life. I love that. Very grounded. And I do believe that is some of the runes floating around there. So I would say that your message is to try to be as grounded as you can get by doing whatever a lot of the things that we talked about. Maybe if you've never tried it, try it. Try to be grounded. Try to see things from all the other people that are doing this tag. See things from their perspective and give it a try. Maybe it'll help. So, and definitely just surrender yourself to let yourself think that it's okay to do this and that you can do this. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't meditate." Well, have you tried? And meditation, you just don't have to sit on a pillow with your hands in a mantra pose. You can meditate while you're walking. Do a walking meditation. Just walk and not think about anything except for what is going on in the present, in the moment, and just being. Just be. Just be. And now let's see what our advice is from this card. Oh, I love this with that card. See what is possible, not what is missing. So this is a great parting message. So see what is possible, not what is missing. So there's probably some things that you think is not possible. Maybe you never thought it was possible to try to do some stretching yoga. There's a lot of good YouTube videos on just yin yoga, beginners, stretching yoga. It's very relaxing. I would try to find the spiritual ones because they're more, I think the Western civilization has turned it into a somewhat just a physical, just for your physical body. And I feel like 1,000% it's more for your mind, but emotionally and spiritually. And thank you for watching, and I'm going to end it with a namaste.